We're changing. We're flipping the script, bitch. The Tooth Fairy by the Amateur Conversationalist. The truth pricks, it bites, it stings. So you tell a lie to mitigate the pain. Build a facade to keep yourself sane. But the truth only hurts if you don't let it in. You've got the right to believe in God, but I've got the right to be lucid. Sounds harsh, but it's not bigoted because you weren't born with belief in your head. Bloody, bawling, buck naked enter all of us. All we know is what we learn and others tell us. So please don't mind if I don't take you serious about this cat named God and his boy Jesus. Or maybe you're down with Allah or you're Jewish. Doesn't matter. Every deity's cartoonish. May as well be worshiping the Three Stooges. At least the Stooges exist. I got the evidence. God's not a being, not a her or him. Each letter's a word, like an acronym, like getting over dying just to stay sane, or greatly obfuscating death to help ease the pain. If E equals MC squared is valid algebra, then E minus MC squared must be God's formula, which means God adds up to nada. Never looked at it that way, did you? It's a wonderful world, not built in 7 days. No divine intervention or mysterious ways. When shit doesn't happen, it's not God's grace. And one man in his rib didn't start the human race. You say God's hand guides history. Well, then what's the deal with all the fucking tragedy? If when things go right, it's God's mercy. When things go wrong, is it his apathy? I mean, if God saved the baby down the well, the million babies that died that day must be in hell. Why would a God need to pick which evil to repel? The answer is clear. God is fictional. The Vatican was silent during the Holocaust. While slavery reigned, was God's guiding hand lost? Why'd we have to wait for Rosa Parks? Which Bible verse reads back of the bus if your skin is dark? Why would you want to be an altar boy? You could wind up really altered, boy. Wind up some sick priest boy toy. And if he's caught, another church, another toy. If a corporation had covered up raping kids, everybody would have flipped their lids. If it had been Microsoft, McDonald's, or some other biz, their stock would have dropped till they were done in. But the Catholic Church, it still stands. And the church's sin was greater than the pedophiles, man. Because a pedophile can't control himself. Maybe he can. But the church was in control when it covered up sins. So if you are a pedophile avoiding the law, just buddy up with that cat cardinal law. Because covering for pedophiles is Vatican protocol. Every one of them's guilty, all the way to John Paul. John Paul died, and then we got Benedict. I wonder how many altar boys he tricked. Each unsuspecting lad handpicked, taken to the rectory, and piously digged. Benedict stepped down, and then we got Francis. Everyone seems to want to give him a pass. In my mind, he's the same kind of trash, living with pedos and covering their ass. Some people are saying COVID-19 is God's test, that you won't contract it if you're one of God's best. I really wish these people were speaking in jest, or at the least, give their sanctimoniousness a long-awaited rest. You got Copeland, Falwell, Robertson pointing their fingers. The king, queen, and prince of judgmental right-wingers. Those that follow them are real humdingers. And though their methods are different, they're Bin Laden dead ringers. The 700 Club is just another Al-Qaeda. If you're a member, you funded the incitement of violence. If you stay a member, you're condoning a liar. You're just as guilty even if you only sing in the choir. Public prayer is about the public more than the prayer. Can't your God hear you anytime, anywhere? You pray in public to show you're together, or to cast light on those who dare differ. Didn't you say there was a judgment day? Well, then why are you bitching about everything today? If we all get it in the end anyway, why the fuck do you care if I'm atheist or gay? It's hard to stand apart from the throng. How many believe just to belong? You've got to die to see if you're wrong. As death draws near, is your faith still strong? In the name of God, people fly planes into buildings, strap on bombs, and detonate public gatherings. Some even condone homicide by truck dragging. So if I was one of the faithful, I wouldn't be bragging. Just imagine 7 billion people on the same page. John Lennon knew the score, a modern day sage, taken from us all by some Bible thumpers' rage. Yeah, just imagine, what would John sing if he was here today? There is no God up in the sky, no Holy Ghost to deify. It's just her and him and you and I. And when you die, you really die. There are no angels on a wing, no watching over guardian. No one hears the hymns you sing, and every one of us is a supreme being. Well, manic musings, these might be, though not uttered from bended knees. I have faith in what I can see. And by the way, there's also no tooth fairy.